All right, guys, if you are still with us here after 10 episodes, we have covered a lot of ground together. 10 episodes, 9 frameworks, one integrated system that has generated over $2 billion in measurable shareholder value across several different Fortune 500 transformations. You now have everything I know about declaring war on organizational stagnation, but I want to be direct with you about what happens next because knowing what to do means nothing if you choose comfortable stagnation over uncomfortable transformation. Let's talk about the Circuit City moment. In 2007, Best Buy and Circuit City faced identical pressures: online competition, eroding margins, changing consumer behavior, commodity products, relentless pricing pressure from Amazon and Walmart. Both companies had the resources to transform. Both had talented leaders who understood the challenges. Both had access to the same consultants, the same frameworks, and the same market intelligence. Best Buy chose transformation. They smashed orthodoxies about what electronics retail required. They exited value destroying categories. They concentrated resources on services and consultation where Amazon couldn't compete. They declared war on stagnation while they still had cash flow, customer relationships, and organizational energy to fund the battle. Circuit City chose optimization. They implemented lean initiatives to reduce costs 8%. They rationalized the product portfolio to improve inventory turns 12%. They launched customer experience programs that increased satisfaction scores 15%. Every single initiative succeeded individually. Every metric improved incrementally. Best Buy's stock doubled. The company thrived. Today, they generate over $40 billion in annual revenue in an industry where everyone said Amazon would destroy them. Circuit City declared bankruptcy in 2008, liquidated in 2009, and ceased to exist. Same industry, similar resources, access to identical frameworks and expertise. One chose transformation, and the other chose optimization. One understood that incremental improvements to a fundamentally stagnant business model accelerate death rather than prevent it. And this is your Circuit City moment. What have you learned? Episode 1 gave you the stagnation genome, the diagnostic tools to see what's actually killing your organization, the 5 genes and the 10 warning signs, the 90-day question that forces brutal honesty. Episode 2 gave you the 4-position framework: provocateur, pragmatist, people champion, and pattern reader. The team composition that creates breakthrough results through productive tension, not comfortable consensus. The 30-day rule that prevents million-dollar mistakes from leadership misalignment. Episode 3 gave you the Karelin method, my favorite, the mathematics of 576% productivity advantage through volume times efficiency times focus. Morning war rooms, weekly kill lists, 6-week battle campaigns, the 50-hour sustainability boundary. Episode 4 gave you the 80-20 matrix, the 2-dimensional analysis that reveals your real profit engines and value destroyers. The 80-20 squared methodology, showing how 4% of combinations generate 64% of your value. And the 3-wave implementation that transforms your portfolio in just 90 days. Episode 5 gave you magnificent obsessions, customer and competitor intelligence that goes beyond service level data to reveal hidden opportunities, end user research, total cost of ownership, competitor business model deconstruction, the 30-day intelligence to action rule. Episode 6 gave you the 3S method: sketch, streamline, solve. The framework that reveals your full capacity is a comfortable lie. The 4 dimensions of capacity, the theory of constraints application that freed over 100% of hidden capacity in one division. Episode 7 gave you the 3A method: apprehend, analyze, activate. 6 weeks to implementation instead of 6 months. The 52 project pipeline that creates exponential transformation through velocity. The 7 laws governing continuous improvement success. Episode 8 gave you the orthodoxy smashing framework: how to identify and challenge the invisible assumptions trapping your industry. The outsider exercise, the history audit, the why chain, and the 20-question audit. The 4-stage challenge process that breaks beliefs in just 90 days. Episode 9 gave you the 70% rule and the revenue responsibility engineering, the decision velocity that captures opportunities before they close, the 3-question test for sufficient confidence, the decision type matrix, and how to transform technical teams from cost centers to profit engines. Episode 10 gave you the integration, the 3 integration points that connect all 9 frameworks into multiplicative force, the 90-day transformation playbook, the understanding that successful initiatives implemented independently can actually destroy value, while integrated frameworks create exponential results. Now, you have everything you need. The choice you face is coming. Monday morning, you're going to face a choice. Not eventually, not after you've thought about it more, not after you've consulted more stakeholders or gathered more data. Monday morning. Option A, continue optimizing to death. Implement incremental improvements to obsolete approaches, celebrate 8% efficiency gains while competitive position deteriorates 15%. Hold elaborate planning meetings that delay decisions until perfect information can arrive, which it never does. Protect comfortable bureaucrats from accountability because change feels disruptive, and seek consensus that waters down bold action into cautious incrementalism. You get the comfort of familiar processes, the predictability of gradual decline, the ability to say, we tried our best when explaining bankruptcy to your stakeholders. Or option B, you can declare war on stagnation. Ask the 90-day question and implement the answers immediately. Identify the 4% of customer product combinations that create 64% of your value and concentrate 80% of your resources on that. Exit your quadrant 4 value destroyers through 40 to 60% price increases regardless of political resistance. Fire transformation blockers within 30 days, break and smash industry orthodoxies that everyone accepts as permanent. Make decisions with 70% confidence before perfect information arrives, and then build the integrated system that generates over $2 billion in measurable value. You get the discomfort of fundamental change. You get the uncertainty of transformation. You get the resistance from comfortable bureaucrats and the criticism from people invested in the status quo. And you get the risk that radical action might fail. But you also get the possibility and probability of victory. There is no option C, no magical third path delivering transformation without discomfort, no gradual approach preserving comfort while generating breakthrough results. No compromise satisfying both change advocates and status quo defenders. You have a week 1 mission. I want you to think about each of these frameworks and figure out where you can make the most impact. On Monday, gather your top 10 leaders, ask the 90-day question. What would you do if you had 90 days to transform this business or it dies? Write down those answers individually. Share it publicly. Document everything. Then ask the follow-up. If these are the right things to do in 90 days, why aren't you doing them already? Sit with the uncomfortable silence. That silence is where transformation begins. Tuesday and Wednesday, assess your leaders using the 4-position framework. Which of your top 10 fit each position? Be brutally honest. Your team is probably 60 to 80% wrong for the transformation. Not incompetent, wrong skills for this phase, or wrong butts in the chairs. Identify the gaps. Begin the 30-day rule conversations with misaligned leaders. Thursday and Friday, build your quick 80-20 analysis, the quick and dirty one. List top 20 customers by revenue, list top 20 products by revenue, rough estimates of profitability for combinations where they overlap. Even this crude analysis will review some shocking truths. Saturday and Sunday, select your first battle, 1 orthodoxy smashing opportunity or 1 quadrant 4 value destroyer for immediate attack. Something winnable in 90 days. Measurable, meaningful, visible to the organization. By the end of week 1, you should have a list of transformation priorities from the 90-day question, 4-position team identified or gaps documented, rough 80-20 analysis revealing value concentration, 1 specific battle selected for week 2 execution. That's more progress than most organizations make in 6 months of planning. You just did it in a week. Here's the final truth. Transformation is not a destination. It's a capability you build once and maintain forever. The frameworks are proven. 4 transformations, multiple industries, over $2 billion in measurable shareholder value. The systems work when executed with discipline. You don't need special capabilities or unlimited resources. You need courage to apply intensity that most organizations fear and discipline to maintain it for 18 to 24 months while organizational antibodies attack your initiatives. The question isn't whether the hot system works. The question is whether you have the discipline to execute it. I've given you everything I know: the diagnosis, the team, the productivity, the prioritization, the intelligence, the capacity, the improvement, the orthodoxy smashing innovation, the decisions, and the integration. Now the choice is yours: Circuit City or Best Buy, comfortable decline or uncomfortable transformation, certain death through inaction or possible and probable victory through decisive change. The war on stagnation begins Monday morning. Choose your side, and remember, there is no option C. Thank you for completing this course. I'll see you on the battlefield. Now go declare war on stagnation today.